Rob Grimes with the IFBTA, and I'm really pleased today to be talking to you from a cargo container box at the NCR Global Headquarters. And with me is Jessica Bryant, the Vice President of Marketing and Inside Sales, and Lindsay Petrovic, the Head of Product Management. So welcome to the IFBTA, welcome to being a global industry partner.
Thanks, Rob. We're really excited to have you here at our headquarters in Atlanta and talk a little bit about the industry.
You have sophisticated customers up here
Yep.
who may have data, data scientists on their staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the smaller groups and the ones that are startups that become big. So
Yep.
how do you bring to the table all that knowledge of the data and all this data that you're collecting, but provide it in a format that's simple for somebody to understand, especially when you get into franchisees and startups and fast-growing companies go internationally. How do you do that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll use the marketing example and play it through. So for small businesses, we know they're not going to understand machine learning. They're not going to understand the power of what that is, but they will understand, hey, I don't want to email all of my customers. I want to think about who might want this promotion, right? We have an application that does that machine learning behind the scenes for them, where they're just making logical choices that would drive that automation for them. Very easy to use, they still get the power. That's very different than the large customer who wants all the data to go into their own environment. But the platform that powers these capabilities allows that use case to power the application for the small business, and then the enterprise in-house capabilities for our large global customers.
Everybody wants all the data, they just don't know what to do with it when they have it, and it has to be actionable, which means they have to use it right away, right?
Yes.
That's right.
And by the way, I'm going to guess as a company, you guys are also collecting a lot of market data, not necessarily confidential market data to a single customer, but that you ought to be able to use the data that you're collecting on both product, services, and the messaging and how to get it back out to the industry.
Yeah, it is interesting to take a look at some of the trends that we see across the data, and we do work with different industry partners and alliances to provide them windows and peeks into that data.
Well, like I said, there's so many different ways, and I think that largely people have always thought of NCR as a POS company. Clearly, you're a lot more than that, cutting across all the different segments, cutting across globally, being a platform, which I think is a good term sort of to walk away with, but also scaling and having the management that speaks the language. And the understanding of other industries and really bringing it together sort of makes for a unique piece. Plus, both of you are unique in your own, with your backgrounds, and that also lends to how you service globally. So the IFBTA, you guys have been members now for 3 or 4 years. I think just before COVID. Interesting time to join, but a lot of different things going on. But why join the IFBTA, and what do you see the future in that?
Yeah, I think the IFBTA is a unique organization that is solely focused on food and beverage technology, and brings together operators and industry suppliers. And there's a lot of, I'll call it, organizations within the industry, but they're a little more macro. We love the fact that the IFBTA is focused on tech. Our teams actually love the local chapter events that are done by IFBTA, because we do have folks out in the field that are focused on local markets. And so the ability to sit around a table to have a chat over dinner about current challenges they're facing and how they solve them is amazing. The other piece that the team really looks forward to is the education. So it's really great that IFBTA is offering technology certifications, especially as we hire folks, sometimes from not within the industry. It's very easy for them to get certified in their technology certification, reduce their learning curve, and really accelerate their value in the industry.
Yeah, and I will tell you, some of the new technologies out there make it a little bit easier to change and develop those. And of course, now that I've seen your studios here and the training you can do here, I'm thinking, okay, how might we leverage that, right? Yeah. How might we tap into that? But it is true that being able to share that information, but also for us to be able to have a partner and a global industry member like NCR is really a big thing for us, because you do bring so many things. What I am learning, though, is the definition of technology, as you both have said, is changing. And I never thought I'd be talking about the technology of food, or the technology of robotics and vending machines tied in, or kitchen technology, right? But in reality, you're dealing with that. And we're dealing with that too, because it really all falls under food and beverage technology. So it's great to have a partner like NCR who can help to bring that thought leadership to us. So I want to thank Jessica and Lindsay for joining us today. I certainly want to thank NCR for being a global industry partner. And it's a long overdue welcome, but you're already there. But thank you for joining me today and also for hosting us in this great global facility. So
Absolutely.
thank you.
Rob,
Thank you.